Hello everybody, welcome to Linking Up with Janet Nam. And today, I have a very special guest. Today we are doing the part 2 in this series entitled How to Take Care of Your Future Self. And dito sa ating interview, pag-uusapan naman natin yung physical health. Ayan. So a bit of introduction sa ating guest today, si Coach Joshua Paunil. Actually, Coach Josh and I go back a long way. I got in touch with him. I met him in 2016 when we started working out. Kasama po siya sa isang at-home personal training services. And the coaches come to the house para sa mga katulad ko na maraming dahilan na ayaw pumunta ng gym. Sila na po yung pumupunta sa bahay. Ayan. So, but, unfortunately, after he got married, he and his wife moved to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam. But in 2020, we got reconnected again at the height of the pandemic and we started working out again, pero online. Ayan. So, Coach, why don't you tell us more about what you do here in Ho Chi Minh?
Yeah, so thanks Janet for coming all the way here.
Alam sa'yo, Coach. Alam sa'yo.
Yeah, so welcome to Saigon.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just so clear lang din, I'm one of the coaches in one of the companies here in Vietnam. They have their own gym in their company. So their employees come to us for wellness. We help them in this different aspect of their wellness. Not just we help them not just in their physical health. We work out with them, help them get out of pain, and then help them get more strength. Aside from that, we also provide services that will help them. We provide services that will help them be on top of their nutrition, their recovery strategies. Yeah. So not just physical fitness, also their nutrition, their sleep. Yeah. So different aspects that will help them be overall healthy and strong. Yeah.
So, holistic siya kumbaga, because there might be a misconception from other people na ang akala nila kailangan is physical exercise lang for you to be healthy. Pero when in fact, it involves a lot of aspects pa.
Yeah.
Which is what we will be discussing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And all of it is interconnected.
Yes.
I mean, you can't separate this aspect of health from another. They're all connected.
Overall talaga dapat siya.
So we try to meet them where they are and then help them move from one place to another. Yeah.
Okay. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
Layo na nariting mo. Literal na malayo din. Okay, so since sabi na nga natin, the different aspects of health are correlated with each other. Merong physical, mental, emotional, and financial, no? Noon sa nakaraan naming webinar, in our last webinar, we talked about the financial aspect. So this time around, we wanted to focus on the physical and the mental. And iba pang mga aspeto, no? With that, I want to ask, why is it important for one to get on top of their physical health?
Well, we've seen how the pandemic affected us. I mean, so right after, during and even after the pandemic, we have it affected us, especially in our work life and our private life. And seeing that and experiencing that, being on top of your physical health is essential. Okay. So yun nga, just like what I told you a while ago, it's not just the physical aspect of the overall health and well-being of the person. It incorporates a lot. So it's really, to answer that question, why is it important? Basically, as a human being, having that capacity to get the stresses and absorb and go through the stresses of life is very essential.
So true, so true. And ang stress level actually, unlike before, no, na feeling natin yung mga adults lang ang nagkakaroon ng stress. But nowadays, even the very young, I mean, not just the young adolescents, not just the teenagers, but also yung mga nasa elementary pa lang, ganon. Marami na akong naririnig na they go through stress already, eh. And a lot of it comes from outside forces. Kumbaga, things na sana makokontrol nila, but because of their young age, they don't know how to control it yet. No? So, isa siguro yun sa dapat ingatan din natin, no? Na ang ating mga younger generation, kaya nilang dalhin yung stresses of life.
Yeah, and just so you know, stress is good. I mean, everyone goes through stresses. Gaya nga sabi mo, even from a very young age. Okay, nakaka-experience na sila ng stress.
Yeah.
What's not good is yung over-stress. I mean, if you get stressed too much, it could be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So, it's okay. It's okay to experience that. It's just that how we deal with stress is the most important thing. Actually, stress can help you get better.
Okay.
Well, it can help you. It can help propel you to better performance. It can help you get your role better in life, maybe parent, business leader, or someone that works in a factory, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, getting capacity to handle the stress is key.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, can you share more about the consequences of not taking care of your physical health? And we know somehow overall health should start somewhere. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi apat na aspeto yung na-mention ko kanina, physical, mental, emotional, and financial. Para sa akin my personal opinion, ang pinakamabilis na umpisahan is the physical exercise, the physical health. That's the most, siguro, that's one thing that we have most control of, yung physical health. Kasi anytime I can say to myself na, starting today, I will do this kind of exercise, or in our case before, no, sabi ko, okay, dahil tamad ako pumunta sa gym, I found a way to bring the gym to me. And ang schedule natin, naalala mo, 6 a.m., di ba? Yeah. Nagulat nga ako na tinanggap mo yung 6 a.m. Wala pang 6 a.m., nagdo-doorbell ka na para ma-prep na natin yung mga gagamitin natin, di ba? Tapos, pagdating sa dieting, you also tell me na, okay, you have to portion your food, ganon, you have to eat the right kind of food, no? So, if we don't take that first step, no, let's just say physical health is the first aspect to take into consideration talaga and to have full control over if we do not do anything to take care of that aspect. What are the consequences? What can happen to a normal human being?
Just like what you said, physical fitness is what most people have big control of. And when we say physical health, that includes, the status of your body. So your strength, your body's how you bring in nutrients in your body. So all those, when that's well taken care of course there's less risk for you in developing diseases. And even now, diseases, there's a big conversation now about mental health issues. Studies show that if you have chronic physical condition na hindi maganda, you have bigger risk of developing poor mental health also. So those things you should take it into consideration. Yun nga, gaya sabi ko, it's all intertwined, the whole aspect of fitness. If you didn't take care of one, most probably all of at some point or another in your life, in your lifeline or timeline, ma-affectan siya.
And I think that is so true, no? Kasi based on personal experience, no? So when I had trouble in my marriage, and this was 16, 17 years ago, no? Syempre, mental wellness yun tsaka emotional So, dalawang aspeto kaagad ang na-hit no? What I did actually, and a lot of people have asked me, how did you survive it? And it's not just surviving it. In fact, after going through that experience, nag-thrive ka in your career, as a mom, your relationship with other people, with your clients, with your friends, with family members. Paano ko raw na pinagdaanan at na-survive ko yun? And lagi kong binabalikan kung ano yung ginawa ko before. Yun lang nga, medyo drastic nun. Kasi kailangan ko ng distraction So, ang distraction ko actually was exercise. I would hit the gym 3 times a week. Medyo, medyo OA kasi 3 times a week na siya, tapos 2.5 hours every time. Pero yun na yung de-stressor ko. And then, when I kind of medyo mas stable na ako emotionally and mentally, medyo I was getting my life under control na, medyo tinaper down ko na siya, no? Pero I think it was a good way for me to de-stress, plus ang daming benefits sa katawan ko. Yon. So personal experience yon.
That's good. You gotta start somewhere.
Exactly, right. So, what does it mean naman to get on top of one's physical health? Ayan, titingnan natin kung gaano kahirap ba to get on top of your personal physical health, or gaano ba kadali? Do we have to exercise na talaga? Do we have to enroll in a gym? Pero when we say enroll, kailangan pumupunta ng gym at nag-workout, hindi lang nagbabayad ng membership. Meron ba tayong mga routines or workout na pwede naman natin gawin elsewhere, outside the gym, maybe in our own homes? Ayan. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng being on top of one's physical health?
When you say you're on top of your physical health, you have a plan. So any sports team have a goal, and I personally experienced that. I've been part of national team sa fencing and sa floorball, and during those preparation times to a certain event na we're looking forward to, we created game plans, we set up goals, mini goals, just to get to the bigger goals. Okay, so when you say you're on top of your physical health, you have to create your own game plan. It has to be clear saan mo gusto makarating.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just yun nga, super effort doing everything. You gotta be smart enough to get to that goal efficiently.
Yeah. That's so true. Again, another personal experience, no? Di ba dati, ang goal ko before I had my injury, yung early on stage of osteo ko on both hips and both knees, no? Prior to that, ang usapan natin is pag nag-50 ako, makapag-isang Spartan race ako.
Or 50 push-ups.
Or 50 push-ups. Yes. Yun ang goal natin no? Unfortunately, nadali yung hips and knees ko, no? Pero I never gave up on that. I never gave up on those goals, no? I think it's the same thing with any aspects of your lives na kung may goal ka at if plan A may obstruction sa plan A for you to get to that goal, you find another way. You create a plan B, plan C. You never change the goal.
Yeah.
Diba? You probably will want to change the game plan, improve it, or edit it a bit, pero you never change the goal.
Yeah.
Ayan.
Well, when you make a game plan, you always have to refine it, explore ways how you can make it more sustainable. And for sure, along the way, makita mo yan. May explore mo, I don't like this activity pala, so I have to go to this one. I don't like this food, so I'll try this one.
Yeah.
So, mga ganun. Keep exploring it. Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Balikan ko yung question ko kanina kasi ang nagiging misconception nga ng iba dyan is if I want to get in better shape, I need to enroll in a gym. I need to work with a coach. I mean, I'm not saying that it is not beneficial kasi I myself, even until now, no, I still work with a coach, no. Pero kung ikaw ay, wala ka man injury, and you're healthy enough to do things on your own, importante ba ang mag-enroll sa gym? Even though you're not working out with a coach, importante ba na yung gym equipments ang gamitin mo? Or may mga pwede ba tayong gawin elsewhere? Like for example, in our workplace or sa sarili nating mga homes na mako-consider natin na we're already moving, we're kind of working out na rin.
It all depends on your goal. So if your goal is to keep yourself challenged, get into a community where people can be holding you accountable sa ginagawa mo, better enroll in a gym, better work with a coach, and definitely the coach will shorten your learning curve.
Yeah.
Okay. He knows what to do. He has better experiences that he can recommend for you. So much more efficient. Kumbaga, he helped you pave the way for you. You just have to cross it. But if you have the opportunity naman to exercise within your company, if your company provides gym for employees, use it. Sayang.
Libre na nga di ba?
Or if you in your community, if you have like community gym, okay, use it. So look for opportunities na makaka-menos ka pa sa gastos. But yeah, hindi mo pa rin maiwasan yung value ng may coach, may gym, and comfort ng gym.
Yeah, that is so true. Tsaka, and this I learned like only a couple of years ago, no? Kasi, di ba, as a person ages, ang unang nawawala sa kanya is muscle mass. Pero, and especially for women, ang una ring humihina, especially sa babae, is yung buto. So, if our bones, our joints are not protected by muscle, then mas prone sa mga accidents, tapos mas prone sa injury kapag na-aksidente. So, I think it's also essential to know what type of exercise you're doing. Kasi maybe other people, maybe some of us might think, which, I'm also one of them, ang akala ko, it's just all about losing weight. So, if losing weight, I have to do more cardio. So, I have to finish my 10,000 steps a day. I have to, instead of driving from point A to point B, baka pwedeng lakarin ka na lang. I need to eat less, no? When in fact, it's not about the weight, it's about the size and the shape. Diba? Kasi mas mabigat ang muscle mass kaysa fats. Tama ba?
Yeah, and that's true. And it takes more space. Pero it's one of the goals that you can set on yourself.
Okay.
So if losing weight is your goal, fine, that's good. But you can widen your perspective. It's not the only goal out there.
Okay.
If your goal is to like, for example, for me, I have a 2-year-old daughter who moves around, wants me to carry her around. I should have at least the strength required para magawa ko yung role ko as a father. So, yung goal of setting na, okay, I should have at least some strength to get to that role. Okay? And we all have different roles.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really important to sit down with a coach or with yourself, reflect on your goals, and see ano pa yung pwede mong iset for yourself. Yeah, and what's good here is you can understand more of yourself. You get to see okay, ang pala ng mindset ko, so I can widen my perspective. Okay. And marami ka pang ma-explore. Marami ka pang makikita. Ako, I myself, I'm not very expert or something. Pero I see to it that I continue to learn, I continue to develop myself to be better every day.
Share ko na rin, no? Ako, I decided a couple of years ago on my goal. Ano yung goal ko? And it is actually, if God blesses me with a long life, I'll be able to live it to the fullest and enjoy it with my family, with my children, and future grandchildren, no? So, for me to get there, I have to start with my physical health today. Kasi ako, paniniwala ko, the mental and the emotional talaga, it has to start with you feeling good about yourself. Diba? And I personally, I feel good about myself when I work out, after I work out. And if I'm very consistent with working out, like I go to the gym 3 times a week, 1 hour every time. I work out with a coach. Tapos the other 3 times a week, I do laps, no? Nakakabigay ng self-confidence eh. Like I can see it in the way I walk, the way I dress, no? The way I project myself when I'm with other people. No? So Tama yung having a goal. And the goal can be something very personal. And I think should be something very personal that you hang on to with your life.
Yeah.
Para magawa mo yung dapat mong gawin.
Yeah. And actually, that's what we usually, that's where our conversations happen when I talk to clients. You gotta have that why. You have to understand the why behind your why. So, you just keep asking yourself until you really find your why.
You can identify it and write it down.
So, if your why is not that personal or very valuable for you, when you experience a barrier somewhere, it's gonna be hard for you to overcome that.
Yeah.
So your why should be very personal, very valuable, and of course, something that you really, hold. Yeah, very significant.
Yeah,
Very significant for you. So once you know that, you're able to clarify. Okay, maybe that's why yun yung goal ko at this point. Kasi ito yung why ko.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for me, personally, yes, I work out not just to keep my physical fitness, but also for me to be able to fulfill my roles as a father physically and my job.
Yeah.
Of course, my job,
Yeah. So be able to identify and write down your why behind your why.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very profound. Quote kita dyan. Ayan. So, now that we know we should work out with an expert to expedite yung progress natin, and it's better to have the right kind of equipment, be surrounded with the right kind of equipment. No? Ito naman, ideally, how much time should one give to improving their physical health on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? How much time do we need to set aside ba para sa workout natin? And kailangan ba araw-araw? Kailangan ba ilang oras ba sa bawat araw? Nagiging effective ba kung once a week lang tayo nag-workout? How does scheduling work?
Well, if you ask me that question, instinctively I will tell you what WHO requires.
Okay.
Pero of course, we all have different journeys. We all have different yung pinanggagalingan. Iba-iba tayo. So what I find more effective when you're trying to think of that starting is ask yourself, okay, what's the minimum effective change that I can do, and can I sustain it for a long time? Kasi basically the concept behind it is a lot of people try to make big changes immediately. And
masyadong drastic yung approach agad-agad.
Yes. For some people it works, but rarely do I see those people. Maybe for 1 week, 2 weeks, effective yan. Nagagawa mo siya. Pero at maybe after a month or 2, babalik na naman sa dati.
Yeah.
So for me, you ask yourself, can I do this change for a long time? Yeah. So when I ask someone, okay, you would want to increase your daily intake of fiber. Okay. So are you able to add more vegetables in your plate every day? And then you ask them how long can they sustain that. If they're confident they can sustain that for 6 or more months, yes, that's good. Okay, kaya mo that minimum change that they did will go a long way. So minimum effective dose is good, and that will help you see, okay, nagagawa ko siya, and then that will help you build more momentum sa change na ginagawa mo sa life mo, sa physical aspect ng health.
So baby steps muna. Baby steps muna, yung kaya mo muna, and then later on gradually increase. Whether it's adding more fiber to your plate or adding another type of exercise routine in your in your daily activity.
Exactly.
That's good advice. Actually, ako nga maraming backslide eh. Kasi ganun din ako eh. Okay, I'm ready today. Papasok ka sa gym. Tapos after 1 week, after 2 weeks, wala na. Hindi na naman sayang yung 1 month membership na idinayad kasi hindi na tinapos yung buong buwan. So, baby steps muna.
And you're not alone. I mean, many people experience that. Yeah, that's why it's good to be in a community. Good also to be accountable to someone. Okay? Maybe the coach will track you. Okay? Nagagawa mo to every day. So, if nagagawa, okay, good. What else can we add in the next week or days? And gradually, after a year maybe, if you look back and reflect on yung ginawa mo that year, dami ko na pala nag-change. So,
dami nang na-improve.
Yes. So, minimum, okay lang yan.
That's good. So, napaka-importante nun, no, na alam natin kung gaano karami yung pwede natin ibigay dito sa aspect ng buhay natin at first. So, ito naman ang question ko. Ano naman ang mga activities that one can do to improve their physical health? Ayan. Kasi, like, I live on the 30th floor ng isang condo. No? So, dati-dati, sabi ko, I recently moved there. No, dati-dati, sabi ko sa sarili ko, after I move, I will use the stairs. Kahit na 10 floors lang. Pero hindi ko siya nagawa. I mean, nandyan lang ang staircase, no? Mabilis kong gawin. Well-lit, secured naman yung condo. So, anytime I want to use the stairs, kaya. Pero hindi ko siya nagagawa. Pero nako-compensate ko siya with other exercises. Ano itong mga everyday activities na pwede natin i-incorporate kung sakasakaling hindi naman natin kayang pumunta sa gym, maybe because we don't have the budget to get a membership, or maybe because hindi na natin siya maisingit sa ating calendar. What type of everyday activities can you advise ating mga followers that they can incorporate?
Very simple lang. If you're driving a car, maybe, and you're parking near the door or the gate, siyempre, if you get down your car, short walk lang yun. So maybe, next time, drive your car sa medyo malayo part and you're forced to walk longer. And that would help you get more physical activity, get more steps. So, one more thing. For example, you're driving your car to short distance lang. If you can walk or ride your bike, go. So any physical activity that involves your major muscle, okay, walking, riding your bike, carrying stuff, as long as you're very active with that, your physical fitness will still be, in a good fitness level. Okay, the status of your body is still good. Do more, walk more, carry more. Nakakatulong yan. For sure.
So sa mga namamalengke,
Yeah.
di ba?
Make sure you balance lang.
Ah,
Kung nagbuhat
balance yung left and right.
Yeah.
Tsaka siguro, don't overdo it. Di ba? Don't carry more than what you can carry.
Yes.
No? Or maybe sa katulad ko na may knee injury before, no, na hindi ko kaya maglakad ng malayo, you know, you just do the minimum. Do the minimum na walang pain. Kasi I think that's important no? In any exercise we do, whether it's in the gym or, you know, it's our daily activities, ang importante is wala tayong nararamdaman na pain. Kasi yun yung laging tinatanong sa akin ng mga coaches. I remember when we were working out, you would always ask me that, and especially when I was going through yung healing from the injury. Ang tinatanong din sa akin ng rehab doctor ko, pagka chine-check niya ako, may pain ba? No? So, importante yung walang nararamdamang pain. Right?
Yeah, and it's very important also to know the difference between yung discomfort
and pain.
Yeah.
Yung ngalay, iba yung ngalay, that's normal. Pain is not normal.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah. Okay, so dito naman tayo sa pinaka hindi ko favorite na topic, ang dieting. Lagi kong sinasabi, the reason why I work out, the reason why I exercise is because I don't want to go through a diet, no? Masarap kasi kumain, no?
Agree.
Thank you! Pero okay lang naman kumain, and it's okay to eat an assortment. What is important, I think, is the amount of food that you take, whatever type of food that is. Ngayon, laging may misconception again, no? When we talk about dieting, laging sinasabi is to decrease your food intake, no? Let's clarify that once and for all. The difference between dieting and eating a healthy diet. Ayan. And ano ba dapat ang ginagawa natin if we want to achieve good physical health?
Yeah, in terms of dieting. Yeah. So, like, we just need to maybe have a shift in our mindset when it comes to eating. We have to have we need to develop a healthy relationship.
I have a very healthy relationship with food, actually. Okay.
So when I say that means you enjoy what you eat. And at the same time, again, going back to the same principle we had before, will you be able to sustain that certain kind of eating pattern that you do?
Long term talaga.
Long term, yeah. So, well, if you're doing more than what's required, syempre, makikita mo naman yung result. After a week, magtataas yung weight mo or something. So, you have to check that then. That's true. If you want to lose weight, you need to restrict your calorie intake. But at the same time, you have to check out what goes into your body then. So a fair amount of macronutrients, fat, carbs, proteins, and make sure fiber is there, is good. Yun yung kailangan mo i-work out. If you're going to be honest with yourself and you really check what are you eating, magugulat ka eh. Some point, kulang ng macronutrient yung yung plate ko. Kulang pala ng protein. Or wala palang fiber. Puro carbs pala yung plate ko. So, that's what I mean when it comes to having a good relationship with food. Try to balance it out. Okay? So if you look at your plate, good tip will be checking out, is it varied? Okay? If one macronutrient is dominating the plate, maybe you need to change something.
So bawal ang only rice.
Yeah, unless meron kang marathon the next day. So you have to be familiar with that and keep exploring naman. Kasi at some point malalaman mo na okay, mas na-enjoy ko pala yung veggies na to kaysa dito. Lately I'm checking din okay, mas gusto ko pala yung carrots na hindi na stir fry, kahit kahit steam lang, mga ganun. And it parang may ka rin, certain self-esteem na nabibuild kasi okay, mas naiintindihan ko yung sarili ko, yung preference ko sa foods. And yeah, at some point, hindi ako malilimit na kumain ng kung ano gusto ko. Alam ko na this one is good. Sometimes I don't know. And still okay.
Yeah.
So, as long as you can sustain it for a long time, good. For now, what's more important is, can you add more veggies? Can you remove
certain
too much
amount of carbs?
Kaya mo na bang bawasan yan? Mga ganun. Makikita mo mag-improve yung nutrition.
Okay, so importante to recognize the type of food that you're eating and identify kung saan food group siya. And to know how much per food group ang pwede mong ilagay sa plate mo. So, in terms of percentage, if we're looking at yung bilog na plate natin, ano yung ratio na dapat na meron ang carbs, ang carbs, ang protein, ang fiber? Ayan.
Yeah, well, pwede mo naman kasi combine. I mean, yung carbs mo, pwede naman fiber-rich carbs yan. Or for example, yung fat, nasama na dun sa pagluto mo, protein mo. So it depends. But if you're going to see visually lang gano'n karami. For example, yung protein, if you just look at the palm of your hand, ganun dapat kalaki yung protein na kakainin mo per meal. And that's around 20 to 30 grams of protein. That's good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Tinitignan ko, kasi mahilig ako sa pork chop eh. Pwede na. Tatanggalin ka na lang yung taba.
Just eat the lean one.
Okay.
Yeah. Tapos yung fat, maybe this amount of oil lang, some size lang. And fiber, pag kumain ka naman ng gulay, mas maganda
the more the better.
Only gulay versus only rice. Yan.
And na-mention mo kanina na yung for example, yung carbs na pipiliin mo, pwede naman rich in fiber. So, we can also select or find a replacement sa mga food type na, for example, ako, hilig ako sa bread. Sobrang hilig ko sa bread, which is very bad because ang bread, carb siya, high in sugar. Alam ko lahat na to eh. Alam ko naman yung kasalanan ko eh. High in sugar, tapos hindi pa siya filling. Kasi light lang siya eh. Tapos mas starchy siya, di ba? Oo, no? So, it's not really good, no? And it's better actually to eat rice. Hindi lang madami, pero it's better to eat rice than to eat the same amount of bread kasi mas nakakabusog ang rice. Tsaka ang rice, mas mabilis yatang i-burn, di ba? Ang bread kasi mabilis maging sugar, ng ganon. Based on my own research, I don't know. But, tama rin yun eh, di ba? We can find or replace the type of food na alam natin mas mahirap i-digest, or mas mahirap i-burn with something else na feeling din na carbs din naman siya pero high in fiber, no, na mas mabilis natin ma-digest, mailabas, ma-burn, di ba?
Yep.
So there are a lot of alternatives out there.
Exactly. And if you're asking yourself, okay, wala naman akong, hindi naman ganito yung opportunity na nakukuha ko every day. And it's okay. Kung white rice yan, go. It's just that you need to siguro dagdagan na lang ng vegetable. And check your yung amount na nakakain for that meal. So marami ka pang pwede ma-explore. And that's what we want for our viewers also to know. Just keep that open mindset na I can still learn things.
Patay lang daw ang hindi natututo. So habang buhay tayo, we continue to learn. We continue to evolve, we continue to improve. Ayan. Okay, so next na gusto kong maitanong sa'yo, ano bang advice can you give for someone who may be dealing with conditions or issues that can become a barrier to exercising or engaging in physical activities? Kaya may question na to dahil sa condition ko, di ba? I think it was in 2018 nung na-experience ko yung hips and knee pain ko at saka yung sole ko. Unfortunately, you already moved to Vietnam with your wife. So I had to source out other solutions, no? Pero katulad nung pinagdaanan ko at pinagdadaanan ko ngayon kasi I'm still, tulad ng sabi mo, we still need to evolve, we still need to improve. So yun pa rin ang ginagawa ko. What advice can you give to somebody who has those challenges?
So challenges are always a good time to be creative. And you have to know na walang one size fits all lagi plan. So it's really important for you to understand sa sarili mo what your limitations are and what you can do. Okay? So for example, yung ginawa ko sa inyo before, if you remember, may range lang tayo ginagawa. So kung hindi mo kaya mag full squat, just do the range na kaya mo, na walang pain. And as we go along the way, nakita natin yung improvement. Kaya pang bumaba, kaya pang i-improve. So if you're having some kind of condition, of course you have to know that you know your limitation. Pangalawa, of course you have to know yung sasabihin ng professionals, doctor, you have to carefully consider what they say kasi they spend a long time studying the body and kailangan may value rin naman may value talaga sa advice nila. Thirdly, get into a community. I mean, it's good to have people to know that there are people going through the same things as you. And dun din ikaw matututo okay, ano yung nag-work, ano yung nag-work sa kanya. So, kaya ko bang gawin yun? Ano yung mag-work din ba sa akin yun? So, yung mga ganung bagay can help you maneuver dun sa barriers na na-experience mo today. So,
you think isang of great value na natutunan ko and na-experience ko kasi imagine that from 2018 until now, no? Although I was experiencing a lot of pain before when this all started, no? Siguro isa sa hindi ko tinanggal sa mga solution that I try to incorporate, that I try, you know, is yung exercise, yung working out. Pero it has always been with a professional kasi natatakot din ako to do it on my own. Baka lalong lumala yung condition ko. So I have always worked with a professional, no? Pero yun yung hindi ko tinanggal sa routine ko. Kahit na, remember, nung 2020, nung nag-umpisa tayo, we were doing it online, grabe talaga nung nag-uumpisa, ang dami kong pain na sinasabi sa'yo na tapos yung balance ko, hindi ko kaya until after a few months, nakita ko na nag-improve ako, no? And even until now, when I went back to the gym, I still continue to work out with a professional, with a coach, no? Importante rin yung seeking advice from other medical professionals tulad ng isang, well, now, because of my age, I reach out to a cardiologist na rin, no? Para lahat na, overall na. And I think even with young people nowadays, kailangan alam din nila yung kanilang, they would go through mga blood tests, mga lab tests, kasi there are things na hindi evident, hindi nakikita, no, hindi visible. Pero once the blood test comes out, patay. Ako, tataas pala ng cholesterol, trigly, SGPT, sugar level na, you know, hindi alam. Tapos mataas pala ang BP, no? So, like ako, I think this was in April, ililigpit ko yung BP machine ko. Before ko siya niligpit, wala lang, sinubukan ko lang sa sarili ko. Wala lang, sinubukan ko lang talaga siya. Umabot ng, and it was, I think, 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening. Umabot ng 174/110 ang BP ko. And pinicturean ko, sinend ko sa sister ko kasi my daughter wasn't home at that time. And I was just laughing about it. Grabe, taas pala ng BP ko. No? And I sent the picture to my sister. Yung sister ko nataranta. At pumunta ka na ng ER ngayon. Punta ka na, you drive yourself to the ER. Ganon. Sabi ko, but I'm not feeling anything. I feel perfectly okay. And so the next day, I promised her, sige, the next day I'll go see a cardio. The next day, when I went to see the cardio, it was explained to me. Ang pinaka-dangerous sa isang tao is kung may mataas sa kanya, sa mga lab test niya, na wala siyang nararamdaman. Kasi para daw walking time bomb na. Anytime, anything can happen. It's not of a favor. And you could be driving, you could be, you know, cooking, doing other activities, tapos suddenly, you know, you faint or something, diba? So, I think even with young people nowadays, with the stress that we go through, with the type of food that we eat, you know, a lot of preservatives and all, importante rin yung nagpapa-blood test. Yun. Okay, so, eto naman ang question natin, again, related sa pinagdaanan ko, no, or pinagdadaanan ko. Does age or physical condition, specifically age, does age affect the intensity of workouts or the activities one can do? Ayan.
Of course. I mean, as we age, we have different capacities. And definitely, hindi ka mawawalan ng option dyan to do certain activities na gagawin. What's more important is you ask yourself, okay, na-enjoy ko ba yung activities? Can I sustain that activity for a long time? So, once you can answer those questions, go ahead. So, marami. Maapektuhan siya, intensity-wise. Definitely maapektuhan. Pero, yun nga, it shouldn't stop you from exploring your capacity as a person.
time flies. We're down to our last question, or last two questions now. What tips can you share for those who want to get on top of their physical health? And do you also have tips for helping one stay consistent with these routines or activities?
Yeah, ano lang din, yun nga, so tips for you to get on top of your physical health. Yeah. Number one, just like what we're talking about, get into a good routine, physical activity, exercise and physical activity. When we say exercise, that's the may program kang pina-follow. Physical activity means any physical movement that you're doing. Okay. Number two, get your nutrition going well. Okay, imagine a car na pinatakbo mo on water. Okay, it won't not gonna work. So treat food as fuel for your activities throughout the day or through the week. So yeah, and make sure you are able to drink. Keep yourself hydrated well.
Yeah.
And yung hindi ko na nabanggit sa physical health is yung sleep. Very important. And when it comes to sleep, it's important for you to have a regular time of sleep. Just like exercising, when you get used to it, your body associates yourself to doing physical activity. When you're sleeping, you have to have that association also, that at this time, tutulog ka na. So, may it be weekday or weekend, try to have that consistent time of sleep. Yeah, so if you're having a hard time sleeping, maybe improve the temperature ng room, and it will help you stay cool. 18 degrees para lamigin mo yung room mo.
20 ako. Lamigin ako eh.
Okay. Well, as long as you keep it low. Yes. Yeah. Good. Yun lang. So recovery, you sleep well, and that would really like keep everything together, help you recover. There are things that you cannot control na yung body mo na nagsiself-regulate. Nangyayari yan when you're sleeping. And it's one of the best recovery strategies na pwede natin gawin.
Yep. And sleeping isn't just the 6 to 8 hours a night. It's also like ako, na-realize ko when I actually started this year lang na-realize ko na kailangan ko nang mag-power naps. Dati-dati kasi hindi naman ako nang-nanap eh. So, at the start of this year, especially when I got into an everyday routine, yung 3 times a week nasa gym ako, 3 times a week naglalaps ako sa pool, I need that 15 minutes. Pero 15 minutes top lang. Hindi na ako nagdadagdag kasi na-experience ko, if I nap beyond 30 minutes, paggising ko sumasakit ulo ko. Pero yung 15 minutes ko, sobrang effective. So I guess you can find kung gaano kahaba yung oras na kailangan mo for your nap. But for me, 15 minutes in mga midday, mga noon, okay na sa akin.
Yes, that's for me. As long as you're well rested and you're able to feel refreshed after that.
Thank you very much, Coach Josh, for welcoming me to Saigon and for accommodating us, ako at ang ating mga followers sa interview na to. Thank you for all the invaluable advice na naibigay mo na share natin sa ating mga followers din. And gusto ko lang ulitin yung nasabi natin at the start of this interview, no, na yung gusto natin i-achieve na overall holistic health natin has to start somewhere. And again, in my personal opinion, ang pinakamadaling umpisahan is something that we have control over, and that is our physical health. Kasi kaya natin i-control yung oras na maibibigay natin doon sa physical activity na kailangan natin gawin. Kaya rin natin i-control kung ano yung dapat natin ilagay sa plate natin. Now, so there we have it. Thank you very much, everybody, for, I think we went through an hour in our discussion, and we do hope na meron kayong naipulot dito sa pinag-usapan namin ni Coach Josh. Again, if you like this video, I'm pretty sure you like all our other videos, so please click like and follow us on YouTube. We're also on Facebook and on LinkedIn. We share advices and tips and inspirations, no, about all aspects of life, especially yung financial aspect. So here's Janet and Coach Josh for you. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching Linking Up with Janet now. Bye for now.